Greetings, everybody. Welcome to my Zoom here. I'm going to drop this onto YouTube, so it'll probably say YouTube on it. But just wanted to go over a quick tips on how to do an interview. It's pretty cool. It's a page that I found, and I like the tips, and it also has a link to questions that you may want to check out as well in your interviewing processes, even for this mock interview, and even for interviews in the future. So that being said, I wanted to make sure that I shared this page with you. So I'm going to hit share and try to get you this page. So give me a moment to get it online so you can see it. There you go. So here's the page I wanted you to share. And it's just, some top tips on how to ace your online video interview. And if you notice, there's some of the people that I've talked to already, or I've already made some suggestions on your e-portfolios. I'm not really quite sure how up to date the HR departments that we have you talking to, how up to date they are in this type of a process. So I'm really recommending that you edit down to the needs of the job interview, whatever it is that you're looking for, your goal, your career goal, and as far as the type of career you're looking for, and where you want to start. And then just link the other stuff if you think it's necessary. Just drop a link to it if that's the case, to your page, if you have it as a website. If not, just link it to a LinkedIn or something of that nature. Just try to edit it down to give the interview a little bit of a break, the interviewer a break, in helping you out. Okay. Remember, this is for you. This is a mock interview. All right. So right off the bat, you want to determine the best hardware. So make sure that your computer hardware is together, whatever you're going to be using. If you're not sure you have the right hardware, let us know. Maybe I can work something out with Molly where you can do it at school. I'm not quite sure of how the labs work, but let me know if there's an issue with your devices and your hardware. It tells you about things necessary and some things that you may want to invest in the future. Anyhow, then the location interview, don't be in your bedroom with your bed showing or this, that. A lot of times we're just working and doing what we can to help us make it through the quarantine time. But maybe you'll be behind a bookcase like this, or maybe you'll be in the family room, or maybe you somewhere in the background. Maybe you'll create a background. I know some people that'll actually put something, just a screen behind them, just so it doesn't take away from the interview itself. So don't put stuff that's going to take away from the interview, the interviewer looking at you and interviewing you. So think about those backgrounds and how you're presenting yourself. So secluded room, shut out distractions, control the lighting, display, backgrounds, etc., etc. Test all the technology. Generally speaking, when you pull up these pages, it'll tell you, hey, do you want your speaker on? You want it off? Is that the right background? How do you look before you hit OK? Schedule at least one mock interview. Maybe you want to do a mock interview with your family before you do this mock interview. It's up to you. Plan for glitches. You never know what happens. Some interviews like this can go straight to a phone call, so be prepared. Maybe your Zoom meeting won't work out and you have to do a phone call interview. So be aware of what can happen when it comes to dealing with media. And then I have these interview questions, great questions. I'm not going to click it because once I click to another page, then it doesn't share anymore. So just click it and look at some of the questions that are there. It's some people follow this questionnaire and you have to be prepared for certain things. Like I have 3 videos posted by a gentleman who teaches this type of thing full time. And, he goes into the generic questions because some people just don't think of their own questions. And so you have to deal with those type of situations. That's the reason why I put those videos there for you to overlook or to watch. So the day of the interview, test equipment again, dress professionally. Maybe you do some research and see what they feel is professional. If you're not sure, just be as professional as possible, and make sure that you're completely dressed in case something happens, the computer falls, or you get up by mistake and they see you in your underwear or something, So be aware of that. Don't do anything crazy. Don't think you turned something off to yell at your kids and they heard you yelling, okay? So be aware of these things, okay? Try to keep it as away from everybody as possible. And make sure you know what you're doing with your equipment. Remember your nonverbals, right? Make solid eye contact, smile at appropriate time, have good posture, and even lean in a bit, like I'm doing right here, where I'm leaning in a bit. And it's more important for it's a nonverbal cue. No matter what, people are looking at how you're dealing with it and how you're working with this interview as well. A picture tells a lot of stories, as they say, right? So anyhow, look directly into the camera, have a conversation, you know just actual interview situation, don't say yes, no, yes, no, have a conversation. Note if you need notes, keep your notes in case, just have some notes set aside, or maybe you're going to write some notes. All right. And so take a second when responding to answers in the interview, you know but not, nod, but take a second before responding. So if you ask me, so why is it that you're looking for this position with us here at Pepperdine? Or I noticed that you're really interested in working with us here and at Pepperdine, and what draws you to us? And you'll say, well, think about what you want to say. Don't just blob it out and say, "Oh, I know what I mean." So take your time. Write a thank you note when you're done. Obviously, follow up on the progress. Sometimes the interview will tell you, "Hey, we're going to make a decision." Blah blah blah. You may have to follow through to find out if they made a decision, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what this tells you. Be aware that the videos are based on typical questions. And this might be an interviewer that's going to be a little more lenient with their questions and only have questions that meet their cultural needs and views. Okay. So good luck with this. Any questions, feel free to call me, text me, email me. And don't forget to try to edit down your portfolios for the job interviewer. Okay. That's just my suggestion to you. Anyhow, have a great day. And I'm going to stop the share. And we're going to end this. Good luck.